It's the final day of this 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic, brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash in Charlotte. And we got a dandy for you here in game number 2 of 4 today. It's Chattanooga State and Caldwell. The Cobras from Caldwell 9-1. Same deal with Chattanooga State, also 9-1. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for Chattanooga State and head coach Jay Price, it's number 1, James Williams. Number 2 is Lucas Brown Jr. Number 20, Agbana Agbo. Number 21 is Nicholas Jones-Hill. And number 30 is Lionel Swaby. And now for Jamison McIver and the Caldwell Cobras, it's number 0, Sincere Scott. Number 3 is Saquon Harris. Number 4, Pharrell Boyagino. Number 5 is Brandon Morgan, and number 22 is Terrence Johnson. For Chattanooga State, they lost their first game on Friday in a close one against Cape Fear, 98-94. Then they blew out Brunswick, 98-80. For Caldwell, they've won their first 2 games, beating East Georgia by 3, 75-72, and then taking down Harcum, 78-72. For Chattanooga State, 63 points in the first 2 games for James Williams. He leads all scorers this weekend. Lucas Brown Jr. is second among all the players. He has 44 total points. For Caldwell, Sincere Scott tied for second with Lucas Brown Jr. He has 44 points entering game number 3. Saquon Harris with 30, 26 for Brandon Morgan. This is going to be a bouncy game, ladies and gentlemen. We have the 7th best offense, Caldwell, taking on the 4th best offense, Chattanooga State. So get ready. Caldwell in the white, Chattanooga in the black. Here we go. Sincere Scott has been outstanding all weekend long. As I mentioned, 44 points. He hands off to Harris. Gino. Scott now. Morgan cross court to Harris on the near side of your screen. Scoop over to Johnson. Johnson with 6 on the shot clock, lost it out of bounds. So Tigers get a stop. Chattanooga State yesterday, they were led by Williams, who had 28. Lucas Brown Jr. had 26 in the victory over Brunswick. Williams on the far side of the screen with it. Some high-flying dunks yesterday for the Tigers as well. Brown Jr. now on the near side. Bounce pass to Agbo with 6 to shoot. Agbo gets it out. Brown Jr. for 3 off the back iron. Rebound controlled by Morgan. Morgan pushes into the forecourt, had it stripped, and it'll stay with Caldwell. So first 2 possessions, kind of not what we were expecting today, with the shot clock winding down in both situations. Boyagino rims in a triple, and we are underway. Boyagino, 18 points coming into play this weekend. He had 12 in the victory on Friday, 6 yesterday. He's got 3 already here today. Another turnover. For Caldwell, it's Harris for 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Williams. Williams, nobody picking up the ball. You can even hear Caldwell, the coaching staff, screaming, ball, ball, but nobody picked it up. So Williams is fouled. First foul of the game. James Williams, his stat line entering this weekend was impressive enough, but he has put on a show for us. Came into the weekend, 15.6 points per ball game, 5.6 rebounds, 2.4 steals, a block a game, and 8.5 assists, which at the time was second best in the NJCAA. He scored 63 in the first 2 games, and he gets his first at the free throw line to get Chat State on the board. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. What remains of my vocal cords is going to be used up for these final 3 games here as we wrap up the Holiday Classic on a rainy day in eastern North Carolina. Sincere Scott using the baseline, hangs and scores. So 5-1 start for Caldwell. Brown Jr. has it tipped. Morgan going to get to it. Morgan lays it up and in. Brandon Morgan, 15 yesterday, 11 on Friday. He's got 2 today. Nice start for the Cobras. Came in averaging close to 10 steals per game. And that time, a turnover by the Tigers. So Tigers have turned it over on back-to-back possessions now. Morgan goes to the right side with it. Up top, it's Scott. Scott crossing over, and he will score again. Sincere Scott makes it 9-1 Caldwell. Jay Price and Chattanooga State want to talk about it. Just underway, good start for the Cobras. This 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic is brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash in Charlotte. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Just underway, but a early timeout needed by Jay Price to settle down his club. It's all Caldwell at the start. Tigers have been sloppy at the beginning of this game. They can get it going quickly, though. Williams, step back 3. Too strong. Ball bounces around, rebound by Swaby, and he'll draw contact. That's the second foul on Caldwell. So Lionel Swaby at the free throw line getting the start today. 10 points yesterday, 6 on Friday. He's a 46% free throw shooter. Rims in the first one. Swaby 1 out of 2. Rebound by Boyagino. Morgan on the near side. Cross court to Harris. Harris catch and shoot 3. Yes. Saquon Harris, 30 points in the first 2 games. Gets his first triple to go. It's 12-2 Caldwell. Brown on the near side. It's Williams on the far. Williams top of the key, going to work. He'll rise and score. James Williams with 3 of the, should be 5. They only have 4 on the scoreboard. Answering right back is Terrence Johnson. We'll see if they correct that. I'm pretty sure Swaby got that first free throw. Williams has a free throw. Nope, I'm wrong. It's 4. Good Lord. It's been a long weekend, folks, and I'm hanging on for dear life. In the corner, that 3 is no good by Jones Hill, but an offensive rebound. I can't believe I did that. Oh, yeah, I can. Number 1 is Trevor Smalls. He's in the game for Caldwell. Torrance Horton out there for the Cobras as well. A couple changes for Jay Bryce as number 25-year-old Mises is in the game. And number 24, Janarius Snipe, checking in. Cobras with the basketball and a 10-point lead. Boyagino for 3, no good. Tip for the rebound, chased down by Morgan. Horton on the right. Now Smalls. Morgan, jumper too strong, tip up no, and we got a foul underneath. It looks like is going to be on Chat State. It'll be their first. Free throws for Saquon Harris, 65% free throw shooter this season. Chattanooga State is going to Dyersburg State on Wednesday. That will wrap up the first semester for them. And Caldwell going to the Wake Tech Classic alongside Brunswick, the host school here. So 1 out of 2 for Harris. He's up to 4 points. 15-4. Throw ahead to Jones Hill. Jones Hill right to the hoop. Tigers breaking the press with ease that time, 15-6. Horton on the near side. Harris calling for it on the far side. Instead, it's Morgan out deep with it. Now Harris, catch and shoots. Missed it back rim. Boyagino climbs the ladder, and now Harris attacks and scores. So Harris with 6 quick points, 17-6 in favor of Caldwell. This Cobras teams look very sharp outside of maybe a few moments in that Friday game against East Georgia State. Brown swings it up. The left wing three is money in the bank. I believe, I'm looking at trying to find the jersey number. I think it was Swaby. Answering right back is Boyagino. It was Mises, actually. No, I'm wrong. We'll check on it. Here's Brown Jr. Agbo throws left wing. Tigers have 10 on the shot clock. Mises attacks, swings it out. Brown Jr. for 3, missed it long. Rebound controlled by Smalls. Here comes Caldwell. It was Jones Hill on that triple, by the way. So Jones Hill has 5. He's got it in the corner again and buries another one. It's a 2. Official says foot on the line. 19-11. Caldwell's lead is 8. Horton for the Cobras, right of the lane. Harris on the wing. 3 is no good. Agbo the rebound. Mises throws it to Jones Hill. Same spot, same result. So he's 2 out of 3 from that left wing. And Nicholas Jones Hill has 10 points. So just like that, here comes Chattanooga. Horton, yes, and the foul. I believe they're going to count that. So Horton gets the bucket. He'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity when we come back. 12:46 left to go here in this opening half. And it's Caldwell by 7. A little football Sunday, a little football score for you. One shot for Caldwell and Terrence Horton out of the timeout. 12:46 to go until halftime, and lead back to 8 for Caldwell. Macy's and Williams breaking the press. Macy's on the near side with it. Throws to Williams, extra pass. Finding the hot shooter. That's what makes Williams so smart. Jones Hill is on fire right now. He's got 13. Williams was open. He could have taken that 3. That tells you what kind of player he is. Javakovic is in, by the way, for Caldwell out of the timeout. Noble's out there. Scott's. Nobles was out of bounds. Horton and Smalls. That's the 5 right now for the Cobras. It's Macy's, Williams, Jones Hill, Agbo, and Swaby. That's the 5 for Chattanooga State. Here is Swaby. Looking down low, pass off the mark. Horton has the steal on the deflection. Driving and scoring is Smalls. Trevor Smalls scoreless yesterday, 2 points on Friday. He's got his first 2 here this afternoon. Macy's to Swaby, top of the key. Down low, away from the ball, it looks like Scott is going to be called for a foul with 7 on the shot clock. That's 3 team fouls now on Caldwell, 2 on Chattanooga State. And Williams is fouled now, so 4 fouls on the Cobras. They're waiting for the shot clock's got to be set, so that's why we're held up here. So it'll be Williams to inbound. Down low. Do we have a 3rd foul on Caldwell in this sequence? I believe we do. That is 5 team fouls on Caldwell. A hold on Nobles. I don't think the last one was a foul. I'm not sure what it was. Well, second to last. The last one was a foul. No, that was a foul. So 6 team fouls and now an offensive foul. That's the only way that possession could have ended. It was the only logical thing to happen. And now a technical foul has been called, I think. Let's see what's going on at the scorer's table. Chattanooga State got teed up, I'm pretty sure. So Sincere Scott will shoot. And the players, it's been called so tight, and it's the 3rd game in 3 days. We saw a Cape Fear player get kicked out. It's frustrating, but you have to keep your wits about yourself. So Sincere Scott at the line with 4 points already. Chance to pad the lead for the Cobras, which right now is 7. It was Agbo, I believe, on the technical foul. That's who they have up on the scoreboard you see there on your screen. Sincere Scott gets 1 out of 2. So the lead is 8, and it'll be Cobras basketball. Smalls, top of the key. Smalls dribbles left side. Scott in the corner. Nobles on the block. Gets it out. Javakovic is open for 3. Yes. Sergey Javakovic, who had 3 yesterday, has a triple here this afternoon. Williams looking for Swaby, and here we go again. That is 17 fouls on Caldwell. 10:52 still to go in this first half. These guys get paid by the whistle. I am certain of it. Jamison McIver is pleading his case. It will not work, Coach. Sub for Chattanooga State, Jaden Jenkins in. Remember on Friday, Jay Price called timeout and only spoke to the official during the entire timeout. I've never seen that before. Offensive rebound by Brown. Brown stepped back, and now there's an issue with the clock. It's been a ragged couple of minutes. And what we hope is going to be a up and down, freestyle, freewheeling, fun game of basketball. Right now, the bureaucrats are in charge. Mises has it top of the key. Mises trying to put the moves on, gets it to the cutter. Brown comes up short. Rebound by Nobles. Smalls on the right wing. In the corner, it's Horton, faking the three, drives in, yes. Horton up to 5, and it's a 13-point lead for Caldwell. Down low, they were looking for Swaby. Pass off the mark. Defense by the Cobras here today. Speaking of which, Brown Jr. with the three, with the steal, throws full court. Swaby can't get it to go. Williams put back no. He's fouled, and Williams will get 2 free throws. As we go past the midway point here in this opening half, chance for Williams to whittle into the deficit from the charity stripe. He's got 3 points here today. I should mention, because of the weather, and I'm looking outside the window, and the wind has started to really pick up, infrastructure things come into play when you have weather like this. So, fingers crossed, but if you're a praying person, do some of that. But it is possible if internet goes down, something like that during this storm. What we would do is basically record the games and upload them for you to watch on demand. But that's a worst case scenario, not the most likely scenario, as Williams gets them both. He's got 5 points. Harkham's Nobles turns it over. Swaby to Brown. Brown right to the hoop. Lucas Brown Jr. on the board for the first of what will likely be many buckets. And then Scott is fouled by Jenkins. But yeah, it is raining sideways almost out there right now. We had a beautiful couple of days here at the beach, and I hope these folks who made the trip got out and enjoyed it, because today is not the day for it. Boyagino, handoff to Morgan. Morgan shuffled his feet, I think, or is there a foul? Is it going to be a foul on Chattanooga State? We have had 14 fouls called in the first 11 minutes of the game. Morgan inbound for Caldwell. Clock back at 20. Oh, he had Scott, but instead goes down low to Nobles. Couldn't get it to go. Mises the rebound, 2-on-2. Bounce pass to Brown Jr. And Godley is in. A.J. Godley, who we haven't seen yet here in the tournament. We saw that this morning from Harkham and Cape Fear, some guys who haven't gotten run 3 games in 3 days. Teams going deeper into their bench here on Sunday. Lucas Brown Jr., 26 points yesterday as Chat State beat Brunswick by 18 points. And he misses the front end, but an offensive rebound. Mises for 3. Boyagino with the rebound. So fortunate break there for Caldwell. And then a pass that is airmailed out of bounds from Morgan. The pass was deflected, evidently. Jay Price and the coaching staff were saying our guys never touched it. But it will stay Caldwell basketball. I don't know what's going on here, folks, but we're going to take another timeout. All right, back to basketball. I'm pretty sure of it. Morgan on the baseline gets it to Scott for three. No good. And rebound by Williams. Throws it ahead to Jenkins. Jenkins to the hoop. No, but he's fouled. Jamison McIver's trying to work the officials. This is how the game is going to be today. Terrence Horton at the free throw line. He's a 91% free throw shooter. Caldwell has put Chattanooga State in the double bonus already. That is their 10th team foul. That is something that they're going to have to work on in the locker room at halftime. Horton misses the first, a rare miss for him. He missed them both. Came in 91% from the free throw line. Missed them both. Chattanooga State has 6 fouls of their own, by the way. Scott out of control. Tip up no by Nobles. Nobles stays with it. Third time the charm? Yes, it is for Caldwell. Chris Nobles' first bucket. Lead back to 11 for the Cobras. They've led by as many as 13. Got off to a fast start in this one. Jones Hill's been hot. Not that time, though. And Caldwell able to save it. 3-on-2 now. Horton. Alley-oop. Scott laying it up. No by Morgan, but he got pushed in the back. 17 foul now on Chat State. And it'll be free throws now for Terrence Horton, who's got 5 points already this afternoon. Correction, Brandon Morgan, who's got 2 points. Morgan, 84% free throw shooter coming into this weekend. So both teams are in the bonus over the final 8 minutes and 3 seconds of this first half. Missed them both. Scott almost poked it away from Williams. Here comes the Tigers. Big guy backing down off 1 foot. It's going to be good for Swaby. Lionel Swaby with 3. Swaby, Jones, Hill, Williams. Nieces, Jenkins, the 5 on the floor right now for Chat State. Godley in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound by Nisi's throw ahead by Williams comes to Jenkins, and he had it stripped off the Cobras out of bounds. Subs for Jamison McIver. Harris back in the game. Horton back out there. Scott stays in, Nobles, and Boyagino. Nisi's comes out of the game for Chat State. Coming in is Caden Herman. Snipe also back out there. Jenkins gets it back on the left side. Williams calls top of the key. Here's Jones Hill. Good aggressive play. Nicholas Jones Hill. Where would Chat State be without him? He's got 15 of the 25 points. 7-point game. Harris answers right back for the Cobras using the baseline. He's up to 8 points. Up and down we go. Now it's Jones Hill. Can't respond. Fight for the rebound. And it deflects to Horton. Sincere Scott down low. Nobles the reverse got it. Chris Nobles' second goal. He's got 4. Lead is back to 11 for Caldwell. Williams draws contact again. Boyagino, the guilty party, I think, that time. 2 shots to come for James Williams. And he'll shoot those when we come back. 6:13 left to play here in this opening half. Good start for Caldwell. They lead it by 11. Shout out, as always, to our friend Philip Goss and Coastline Express Car Wash for footing the bill for this holiday classic. Their support and the community support of Brunswick Athletics, greatly appreciated. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Williams at the line. He's got 5 points here today. Up to 68 points in the 3 games, well, 2.5, almost 2.5. So Williams, 1 out of 2. He's got 6. But Caldwell with the fast start. They have led by as many as 13, and they've led for the entire first half. Harris on the right side. Cross court, pass intercepted by Herman. Herman swings it out. That's Williams for 3. No good. Nobles tips the rebound to himself. Throws full court to Horton. Horton to the bucket. Somehow got it off. And he's going to the free throw line. Torrance Horton with 5 points today. It's been a balanced game for Jamison McIver's team. Saquon Harris leads them with 8. But 3 other players have 5. Scott, Boyagino, and this man, Horton. 4 for Nobles, 3 for Javakovic. Free throw shooting just not where they want it to be, Caldwell, this weekend. So Horton gets 1 out of 2. He's got 6. Williams into the forecourt. And another one. This time it's on Horton. Well, people are going to be in foul trouble before halftime, the way this is going. It's too bad. I was really excited for this one. I thought we'd be going up and down. We have at times, but players got to adjust to this. Janarius Snipe, 80% free throw shooter. He's at the line. And he's short. The other thing that's not helping Chat State for sure, since they're the team who's trying to come from behind, but really both teams, you're getting to the line so often, but you're not making them consistently. So Snipe on the board with his first point. Lead is 10 again for the Cobras. Horton hesitates, he attacks, stripped, and then a late whistle and another foul. So 1-1 now. Jenkins at the line, a 40% free throw shooter. Good on the first one. Jenkins on the board. He had 6 points in the first 2 games. It's his first point here this afternoon. Gets them both. So the 40% free throw shooter gets them both. None of the 80 or 90 percenters have yet. Go figure. Sometimes stats are just stats. Ooh, hard fall by Harris as he was going for the steal. He's up okay. Get some ice on him. He's definitely okay, but he's definitely sore as well. That'll feel worse later on. Williams with the quick inbound, down low. It's Snipe going to the free throw line. So Snipe hit 1 out of 2 moments ago. And good on his first here on this possession. So 1 out of 2 again. Rebound tip to Smalls. Here comes Caldwell. Smalls and Harris with Horton, Scott, and Johnson now for Caldwell. That's the 5. The finger roll. Harris can't rim it in. Here comes Williams into the forecourt. Takes it left side. Fell down. Got it to Herman. Pull up. No. Offensive rebound. Jones Hill. And counted in the foul for Jones Hill. 17 in the first half for Nicholas Jones Hill. He's 5 points above his season average already with still 4:35 to go in this first half. More shuffling as Jacob Nixon comes in for Caldwell. And now Nobles returns for Johnson. Chance for an and one for the big guy, Nicholas Jones Hill. He's got it. 18 points in the first half. 40-30. Caldwell with the lead. Sincere Scott from the logo. Rebound control by Snipe. Herman on the near side. It's the corner 3 long by Jones Hill, and underneath we have another foul. This time it's on Chat State. And if it's on the rebound, both teams are in the double bonus now, by the way, so we'll go to the other end, and Caldwell will shoot a pair. So double bonus time for both teams over the final 4:15 of this one. Scott with 6 points now, 77% free throw shooter, looking to net them both here. And he does. Herman to Williams. Williams walks it across midcourt. Oh, what moves that was. That was Herman, I believe. No, correction, Jenkins. Jaden Jenkins got 4. Chattanooga trailing Caldwell by 8. And Scott draws contact. So Sincere Scott with his 7 points going back to the line. Scott came in 18.4 points per ball game, 3.4 rebounds, 3.8 assists per game, 2.2 steals. I can only give you his point totals. He came in with 44 in the first 2 games. He had 25 on Friday as Caldwell beat East Georgia 75-72. He had 19 on Saturday as the Cobras won over Harcum 78-72. Scott. How is there a line violation? There's only one guy. So a lane violation called. Oh, no, the technical foul. My apologies. So Scott is going to shoot 2 technicals now. That's the second one on Chattanooga State. Jay Price going to talk to his team. Both coaches, I think, are giving the same message. And just, like, put your head down, play the game. It's being called this way. You got to deal with it. Man up. So 1 out of 2, and then Scott still has 1 more free throw to go. I mean, it's pretty quiet in the gym. I don't know what was said. It was a pretty quick whistle. The officials are definitely making an impact in this game. 10 for Scott. He goes to the bench as Brandon Morgan will check in. Jenkins into the forecourt. Driving right to the hoop, but coming up short was Price. Smalls now. Smalls into the lane. Rejected. Nice defense there by Chat State. Ball fake there by Price. Now Williams. So Braylon Price into the game. Williams has it top of the key. He'll back it out now with 15 to shoot. Williams goes left side, hangs, yes, and the foul. I mean, the teams know what's going on. You keep attacking, you're going to get to the free throw line, and now an opportunity for an and one. Forgot to mention Ladarius Chicago is also in. So Williams up to 8 points, chance to make it 9 if he can complete the old school three-point play. And he does. Inside 3 minutes to play in the first half. Morgan into the front court. Caldwell maintaining a lead here. No team's really been able to go on the run, on any kind of a run with the whistles. Morgan rejected by Chicago, saved by Nixon, and then it's intercepted by Herman. Throws it left wing. The three is in and out, and that's going to go off of Jones Hill out of bounds. So Cobras will get it back. So we've basically been within this range that we've been in. Caldwell's led by as many as 13. So between 8 and 13 points is where the lead has been for the bulk of the latter part of this first half, Nixon had it poked away. Morgan had it, and then a foul. Brandon Morgan with 2 points today. 84% free throw shooter. So Morgan gets the first. One out of two. Williams throws it front court to Herman. James Williams putting the moves on, goes to the hoop and scores. So Williams in double figures. He's got 11. Sincere Scott with 10 for Caldwell, the other player in the game with double figures. Scott's got the ball on the near side. Nobles for 3. Yes. Chris Nobles has 7. 48-38. Williams stepped back inside the arc this time. Got another one. He's starting to heat up. James Williams with the baker's dozen in the first half. He's up to 76 points in the 2.5 games he's played here at Brunswick. Scott, what an athletic play by Sincere Scott. The point guards are putting on a show right now. 50-40, Caldwell. Williams again. It's a screen. Small's staying with him, though. Williams attacks. Scores anyways. That was great defense by Trevor Smalls. I'll die on that hill. That's just how good James Williams is at scoring the basketball. He's got 15 now. Lead is still 8 for Caldwell, though. Scott trying to answer. Can't do it from 3. Rebound by Chicago. 5-second difference, game and shot clock as we wind down the first half. Last couple of minutes starting to look a little, hopefully this will be more like what the second half looks like as these two teams getting at it. Their two best players, their 2 point guards going back and forth. Williams looking for a screen with 7 to shoot. Williams bodied by Harris. And more free throws to come. But let's take a look at these last couple of plays down the stretch in this first half. Let's see who we're looking at first. Oh, it's the big guy, James Williams, first here. As he gets ready to shoot 2 free throws now. We'll take a look at Sincere Scott after the first one here for Williams. Good on the first, 16 now in the half. Sincere Scott, brilliant point guard, putting the moves on here. Good athletic play. So 9.3 to work with for Caldwell. As the free throw good again, 17 now in the half for James Williams as they take him out. Got to be careful with fouls. Everybody's got a bunch of them. A lot of both teams, as you see on the scoreboard there, in the double bonus. So 9.3 to work with for Caldwell. They get it into Scott. Move the camera. Here is Harris. Gets it out. Corner 3. Nixon, yes! relatively at the buzzer, Jacob Nixon scores, and Caldwell goes to the locker room with a 53-44 halftime lead. Game number 2 here on the final day of this 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. We'll be back after this 15-minute halftime break. Welcome back, everybody. This 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. It's brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash. And my name's Chris Sheeman. Glad to be back with you. On to the second half we go. We thought we'd see a lot of offense. So far we have. It's been mainly at the free throw line, but Caldwell leading Chattanooga State 53-44. For Chattanooga State, led by, as always, James Williams. He's got 17 in the first half. Nicholas Jones-Hill is in double figures as well. He has 18. Well, he actually leads the team. My apologies. He's got 18 points. Lucas Brown Jr. with 2. Jaden Jenkins with 4. 2 for Snipe. 3 for Swaby. That's the scoring for Chattanooga State in the first half. For Caldwell, Sincere Scott's got a dozen. 8 for Saquon Harris. 5 for Boyagino. 7 for Chris Nobles, 3 for Brandon Morgan, 3 for Jacob Nixon, and 3 for Sergej Javakovic. That's the scoring. As we're underway, it's a monsoon outside, just blowing, driving rain here in eastern North Carolina. But inside, we start off with a turnover. Second of 4 games here at the Classic. What a steal that was. Oh, my goodness. We got to run that one back. As Mises gets the start in the second half, he benefited. He got the bucket. Next opportunity, we're going to run that play back for you in case you weren't paying attention. Morgan for 3, rims it in. Morgan's second triple, he's got 6. So the lead has been in Caldwell's control since the opening tip. They've led by as many as 13, and we got a timeout here. Perfect timing. So a lazy inbound by Caldwell to start this second half, and let's see the play again here. A beautiful pocket pick, and then Mises with the bucket. I'm looking on my little tiny screen. I want to give credit where credit is due. Let's see who got that steal. Well, I still couldn't see the jersey number, so couldn't see the jersey number who got the steal, but I think it might have been Brown, Lucas Brown Jr. on that steal. It was. So Lucas Brown Jr. got the steal. Now Williams with it. Chattanooga State trailing by 10. Brown Jr. for 3, swishes it through. Morgan into the forecourt for Caldwell. 7-point game. Sincere Scott, pass deflected. Mises with the steal. He'll bring it into the forecourt, gets it to Brown. Brown thought about another 3. Takes it baseline, now top of the key. Catch and shoot 3, no good by Jones-Hill. Offensive rebound, pass intended for Jones-Hill, taken away by Morgan, and the dunk. What a play by Harris, who has something to say afterwards. Saquon Harris in double figures with 10. Mises skies it to Brown. Brown open look. That one not going to go. Offensive rebound down low. It's Swaby missing the bunny. And Harris throws it full court, intercepted by Mises. Brown had it blocked. Brown can get it back. Wasn't sure, but did get it. A scrum now for Williams, who lays it up and in. My goodness, what a sequence that was. 58-51. Scott for 3. Yes. Back and forth we go. Sincere Scott up to 15. And a quick timeout by Jamison McIver. We'll take time as well. We'll come back here in just a few seconds. Well, how about this play by Morgan? Let's take another look at it for Caldwell. The steal, and then the outlet pass, and it's Harris with something to say afterwards, throwing it down. Cobras back up by 10. Chattanooga State receiving votes in the poll that came out earlier this week. Caldwell at 9-1, Chat State at 9-1. Williams short on the 3, and it goes out of bounds off Brown. James Williams has over 80 points here this weekend. Came in averaging 15.6. Those numbers will go up when the stats are updated. Harris left side. Scoops it, blocked. Williams Jr. to Mises, lays it up too strong. Brown Jr. down low, puts it up and in. So Lucas Brown Jr., 5 quick points here at the start of this second half. Morgan on the left wing. Scott putting the moves on. The little floater bank shot is good. Sincere Scott up to 17 here today. Swaby spin move, got it blocked, got it back. It's going to be a tie-up, I believe, and the jump ball possession arrow will favor Caldwell. So nice defensive play there for the Cobras. James Freeman in the game for Caldwell. And Johnson out, but looks like he's going to come right back in at the next dead ball. Sincere Scott for 3. Rebound by Williams, had it poked away, but a foul. If you're just joining us, both teams were in the double bonus for most of the latter part of the second half. So some foul troubles to keep your eye on for both teams. So Morgan now goes out as Johnson comes right back into the game for Jamison McIver. Mises on the near side for the Tigers. And down low, we're going to get a foul called on Johnson. So 2 quick fouls called on Caldwell. So that's 4 now on Johnson. As I mentioned, there's a few guys who have 3 or 4 fouls already. So Horton comes in for him. Swaby, flip shot, yes. Lionel Swaby with 5. I think a delay of game warning was called there. So 8-point game. I mentioned in the first half, again, if you're just joining us, we've been kind of ping-ponging. Caldwell's led by as many as 13, but it's been, they've enjoyed really an 8 to 13 point lead at various points. 3 no good by Harris. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds off of Chat State. So it'll stay with Caldwell. They'll get a 20. I think the official might have issued some kind of a warning to the bench for Caldwell. Scott on the wing. Harris attacks, tries to throw it down. Blocked by Brown, but a foul. First foul of the half on Chattanooga State. And that'll be free throws for Saquon Harris. 10 points today for Harris, 65% free throw shooter. Harris had 30 in the first 2 games. He's up to 41 points now here on the weekend. And 42 for the weekend, 12 here today. Nisi's bounce pass to Brown, had it poked away. Jones Hill deflects it, Brown recovers. Williams going to work. Step back 3. Yes. He is something else. Just something else. 22 for James Williams. 85 in the tournament. Sincere Scott answers right back. 20 now for Scott. Nisi's too strong off the glass. Scott is down. Ball deflected. Brown with the steal and Brown with the score. Helter skelter. 68-60. Wet spot out on the court. And that'll give an opportunity for Trevor Smalls to come back in the game. So 14:46 left to play in the game. Sincere Scott with 20. James Williams for Chat State with 22 as the point guards go toe for toe. Freeman now on the wing. Top of the key, it's Smalls. Left side, Horton. Horton to the cutter, Scott. Tip pass out to Boyagino. And he bears the 3. Falling away, Farrell with a nice bucket. Lead back to 11 for Caldwell. Williams has Smalls on a switch. Nisi's for 3, yes. Harold Nisi's up to 5 points here today. Smalls is bumped by Williams. Both teams with 2 team fouls, 13:57 left to go in the game. And we got a timeout. Inside 14 to play in this one. 8-point lead for Caldwell, but Chattanooga State hanging around. th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash. Back to live action inside 14 to go. We expected a wild one. It's been certainly had its moments today as Smalls gets right around his man for his second field goal. Trevor Smalls with 4. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. 13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic wrapping up. 2 more Brunswick games coming up after this one's done. Putback was swatted and staying with it That was Agbo. So Agbana Agbo back in the game with his first bucket. He's out there with Jenkins, Jones Hill, Williams, and Brown Jr., I believe, is the fifth player out there. And that is Brown, who almost had a steal for the Tigers. Sergey Javakovic back in for Caldwell. Freeman out there for the Cobras with Morgan, Smalls, and Boyagino. Morgan inbounds to Farrell, handoff to Morgan. Javakovic hit a three in the first half. That one off the back rim. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. Oh, Brown Jr. skied for the rebound and then took a wicked foul, or a hard fall. There was no foul there. He just... So it's going to remain with Caldwell. Traveling violation. So Morgan inbounded. Boyagino open look for three. Yes. Farrell's in double figures. He's got 11. 76-65 in favor of Caldwell, who has led wire to wire thus far. Williams now to the bucket. Offensive foul called on James Williams. Third team foul on Chat State, 2 on the Cobras. Two teams on the opposite side of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Chat State's kind of on the bottom left, and in terms of North Carolina, Caldwell's kind of on the top right. They're not far from App State in Boone, North Carolina, Caldwell, their campus. Morgan gets a screen, goes right around the defense. Beautiful offense for the Cobras that time. They match their biggest lead now at 13. Chat State got to be careful here. This one's starting to get away. Jones Hill can't get the bucket to go. Boyagino with the rebound. Javakovic off on the three, and we have a foul called. It's going to go against Chat State, I believe, and it's their fourth. It's the second on Jones Hill. Williams is out, Brown back in. Meese's also out there. Morgan draws contact, even though the defender, Jenkins, got the worst of it. So Morgan going to go to the free throw line, and quickly that's 5 team fouls on Chattanooga State with still 11:52 to go in this game. Brandon Morgan with 8 points. He can get into double figures if he can net these 2 free throws. It's the first one. And now 10. So Morgan with 10. One of 3 players in double figures for Caldwell. Sincere Scott leads them with 20. 12 for Harris, and now 10 for Morgan. The 3 is rimmed in by Jones Hill, who remains hot. Jones Hill is up to 20 points. James Williams leads them with 22. But the Caldwell lead is still 12. And down low, we're going to have another whistle. So Freeman going to go to the free throw line now. That is 6 team fouls on the Tigers. James Freeman misses the first. A 1 point on Friday, scoreless yesterday. Jenkins goes out of the game. And for Jay Price, Caden Herman returns. So Freeman gets 1 out of 2. Lead back to 13 for Caldwell. Brown Jr. for 3. Rebound controlled by Boyagino. Morgan settles everybody down, ready to set up the offense. Gets it to Freeman. Morgan now attacks, and he scores. Tough bucket by Brandon Morgan, who's got a dozen, and I think he got teed up. Boy, the officials have just been teeing everybody up. We've had, I think, 6 technical fouls in the first 2 games. So, on the other end, Jones Hill, I believe, to shoot the free throws. It's the first one to go. So, Jones Hill with 21. He can match James Williams for the high in the game with 22, and he does. So, Morgan goes out. Scott Freeman, Boyagino, now Noble's in the game, and Javakovic for Jamison McIver. 10:45 to go, 13-point lead for Caldwell. You get the feeling that this game is closer, but Caldwell has really been in control the entire time. Lately, it's not been closer than 8. 3 no good by Jones Hill. There's just been, like I said, a lot of fouls, so there's not really been any opportunity for Chattanooga State to make a run. Scott on the near side. Rockets it down low to Nobles. Nobles couple of pumps, and he draws contact. Agbo with the foul. That's 7 now on Chattanooga State. So 1-1 the rest of the way, at least, for Caldwell, and we still have the whole second half of this second half to go. Chris Noble, 7 points so far today. I keep wanting to say tonight because it's so dark outside. It was pitch black for a while. We're starting to see some light come through now. Well, you can see the Carolina pines are swaying. It is blowing, drifting, raining. I've seen tropical storms less impressive than the storm that we're dealing with today. I mean, truly. I moved across the state of North Carolina from Kitty Hawk to Asheville one year in a tropical storm. That was nothing compared to what I'm looking at now. So 14-point advantage at the midway point for the Caldwell Cobras. Open look for Herman, and he buries a 3. Says, thank you. I'll take that. Caden Herman, first bucket. Chattanooga State has got to get stops. They have got to stop fouling if they can hope to come back and win it. What a dime that was, Scott, from Freeman. Freeman recognizes his point guard there. First field goal for Freeman. He's got 3. Jones Hill. Macy's steps left, fires the 3. It's an air ball. I think Javakovic touched it. So Chattanooga State will have 10 to shoot. Morgan and Boyagino back into the game for Caldwell. Freeman and Javakovic go out. Bounce pass down low. The shot was blocked. And nice play by Godley, who's in the game. Scott throws it into the corner. The 3 is good by Morgan. Every time you think Chattanooga State, that door might start to open, Caldwell pushes out the lead. Now it's 16. This is their biggest. And a steal by Scott. Scott had all kinds of trouble. Luckily got it to Godley. Now extra pass goes to Noble. He's tied up, or is he fouled? He's going to be fouled by James Williams, I believe. Let's keep an eye on that sound that just happened above us. I think the roof is, we might be in trouble here. So Chris Nobles with 8 points. We just heard some kind of a, is there anything going on down there, Tom? So that came from above then, right? Oh boy. Well, probably about time I get a new computer anyways. Folks, if the broadcast suddenly stops, call the Brunswick County authorities, please. So no free throws that time, but a steal by Morgan. Morgan out to Scott in the corner. 3 off the back iron. Boyagino with the putback, and it's all Cobras now. The lead has grown to 18 for Caldwell. Macy's is open. Hit one earlier, not that time. Morgan now will back it out. It's been a really complete performance today for Caldwell offensively. Balanced attack. Of course, Scott has led the team. Boyagino's got into the action. Not that time, though. Jones Hill the rebound. Williams up top. Bounce pass to Brown. Brown had it poked away. Poked away again. Nobles with some nice defense. Scott, ball fake. No. Nobles tipped short. Nobles third time, yes. So Chris Nobles goes into double figures. The lead grows to 20. 7:39 left to play in the ball game. It's all Cobras here today. Well, everybody in eastern North Carolina is getting free car wash today, courtesy of Mother Nature. But if you're in the area, you go to the beach, you know how cruddy your car gets on vacation at the beach. Go see our friend Coastline Express in Shallotte. I highly recommend, I know we probably have fans from out of state who haven't been to this area. You know, I know Myrtle Beach is the popular area, but this is the place to go on vacation. It's just beautiful up in North Carolina. It's a little more low-key. Jones Hill for 3. Chicago with the rebound. Now Williams tries it. Harris, Scott, extra pass. No, looked it to Morgan. Toss to Horton. Horton the mid-range, yes. What an offensive clinic by the Cobras today. They've got 95 on the board. There's still 7 minutes to go in the game. Don't forget, this is the same Caldwell team that put up 120 in a 6-point loss against Indian River Hills, who's the current number 21 team in the country. Macy's responds, but Scott got hit the deck, lost the dribble, was looking for a call, and instead he'll turn it over. Timeout on the court. We'll step aside. 6:44 to go in this one. Caldwell on their way to the 10th victory of the season. 13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic brought to you by Coastline Express. Chris Sheeman back here with you. The Van Man's on the YouTube chat saying that, yeah, maybe Chat State should get to the rim. This has been a tightly called game, but for the most part, Caldwell stayed out of foul trouble here in the second half, just 3 team fouls. And not bad advice, though. A little too late, maybe. The clock, they let the ball roll, and I think there's an issue with the clock, so we have to get that sorted out. Brunswick and East Georgia, and then the Dolphins women will take on Southwest Virginia. And then Chris Sheeman Media goes on vacation. So our final 2 games coming up after this one is over. So let's see what they do with the clock here. 26 on the shot clock and 6:40 on the game clock. Lewis is in the game. Macy's hits the jumper. So Dennis Lewis Jr. did not play on Saturday. Macy's with 9 points today. Getting a little run for the second time this weekend. Morgan to Harris. Harris contested jumper. Offensive rebound, Scott Boyagino. Wow. What a play with the shot clock winded down. Pharrell Boyagino's got 16. Lewis Jr. into the forecourt. Lewis lost the dribble, gets it back. And Jones Hill for 3, no good. And the rebound goes out of bounds off Chat State. Van Man, you got it. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the Van Man, and thanks to everybody else who's been checking out all weekend long. Send us rafts so we can get home. And paddles. Lots of paddles. Boyagino. Here's Harris, top of the key. Attacks, and it's blocked into the rim. Brown Jr. breaking up the wedgie. So 5:18 left to go. Those of you looking for East Georgia and Brunswick, that'll be 20 minutes after we're done here. Oh, Jamison McIver, not above a little hard work as he gets the wet spot off the court. It's incredibly humid because of the storm that's blown in from the Gulf Coast. So we've had lots of wet spots today. It's not overtly hot in the gym. The air conditioner's doing its job, but anytime you have humidity like this and you got guys running up and down, you know, you start in a sweaty space. Lewis Jr., jumper no good. Put back down low is good. And that was Chicago. He's up to 8 points on the weekend. Scott, alley-oop time. Oh, rejected. Ladarius with the shot block. Williams, what a weekend for Williams. He's now got 25 today. He's got 88 points in the tournament. By far the leading scorer. (98-82). Horton attacks. Horton lost it. Nobles will come in. This is going to be another key victory for Caldwell. Might be getting some votes in the next JUCO poll. Don't forget, this Caldwell team came into the weekend. They dismantled Sandhills. And Sandhills is a D3 JUCO, but listen, ladies and gentlemen, nobody beat Sandhills by 18 D1, D2, D3, D12, whatever. Caldwell came in and beat them 98-80 coming into this tournament. So they were riding high off that victory. Sandhills, by the way, is currently number 9 in the country in Division III, and they are perennial contenders every year in the D3 tournament. So this is a great way to wrap up the first semester for Caldwell. Well, actually, that's not correct because they still have 2 more games in December. After Christmas, they take on Hagerstown and Monroe at the Wake Tech Classic. Our man Adam Wainwright up there at Wake in Raleigh poached Monroe from us. So Brunswick's going to be in that Classic too. We're going to have the Brunswick games for you here on our YouTube channel. But for Caldwell, those are going to be 2 good tests. Williams is fouled, so he'll look to pad his stats. So he's got 88. Can he get to 100 points for the tournament? With 4:14 left to go, that's the 14th foul on Caldwell. Williams misses long on the free throw. Agbo goes out. Chicago comes back in. Jenkins also back in for Jay Price's team. And if you're Chat State, you take your lumps here today because you got a game, quick turnaround on Wednesday at Dyersburg State, and I think that's a region contest. Carry the basketball by Harris before the contact. Brown Jr. going to come back in for Chattanooga State. Here's Lewis for 3. Oh, wow, what a play by Brown, who takes another wicked foul. But boy, does he have verticality. 11 on the day. Brown steals it. I mean, it's like he's on a pogo stick or something. He's just flying in the air on offense and defense. Macy's back to Brown Jr. Reward the man. Not that time. And it looks like Lewis is going to run out of real estate. So ball goes back to Caldwell. Let's take another look at that highlight play as more subs come in. Just reading it the whole way. So Boyagino, Scott is in, Morgan, Smalls, and somebody in the corner who I can't see. I'll tell you about the 5th player for Caldwell here in just a moment. It's Nobles. Morgan swings it out, pass deflected by Mises. Mises out there with Chigano, Lewis, Brown Jr., and Williams. 3:31 left to go in this one. Scott with a dribble, extra pass. Morgan gets it back. Scott might have been better off taking that shot. Scott now attacks, hits the deck hard. Throw ahead to Mises, pass too high, but he saves it out to Lewis. Lewis fakes it, back out Mises in the corner this time. Williams up top, cutting in, and a foul's going to be called. That's going to send Ladarius Chigano to the free throw line. Is the sun out now? It looks very bright outside after the wind is shifting on us. So first free throw no good. Ladarius is a 36% free throw shooter. Gets 1 out of 2. He's got 3 today. 9 points in the tournament. Scott throws it down low. Morgan, extra pass by Smalls to Scott, missed it. Scott follows it, got fouled, count the bucket. Caldwell gets to the century mark. Scott up to 22 points. Another wet spot out there. So again, those of you looking for East Georgia and Brunswick, 20 minutes after this one is done. James Williams putting the work in now. Oh, goody, a tornado watch on top of everything. Yeah, well, that's not a surprise. Sincere Scott, 77% this season at the free throw line. Gets the first one to go, 23 today. He's got 60, or correction, he completes the three-point play. So 23 today and 67 for the tournament. Players still getting at it. And we got a jump ball called. Possession arrow favors the Cobras. Caldwell came into the weekend. They have not shot below 44% all season long. And they've been 47% or better in every game except that Sandhills game, which they ended up winning by 19 anyways. This Caldwell team with 101 on the board already, still 2:40 to go. Came in having 7 players shooting 52% or better. Chat State is not far behind. Let's see, they've got, Brown Jr. and Williams both are over 60% shooting. Then Jenkins, Agbo, Snipe is shooting 71% coming in. Swaby 64%. Chicano over 60%. So a lot of good shooters here today. Morgan is fouled. So now Morgan going to the free throw line. 10 team fouls on Chattanooga State. $15 for Brandon Morgan today. I mentioned Sincere Scott's day, 23 points. He's had a brilliant day, but it's been a very balanced game, as always for Caldwell. All of their big guys have shown up. Harris has 12, Boyagino with 11, Morgan's up to 16, chance to make it 17. Nobles is in double figures with 10. Quick three by Jones Hill. Nice game in defeat for Jones Hill, who's got 25 now. 102-88, well, likely defeat. This one not over yet. That pass is high. What a save by Lewis. And the turnaround is missed by Brown, but Lewis made a terrific play to stay in the air. Alley-oop is going to be long. It's looking like Sunday night at the gym right now. 1:55 left to go. Williams into the forecourt. Jones Hill, contested three, and that is an air ball. Chicano will come back in for Chat State. Jones Hill will go out. Scott's going to be fouled. Are they really going to play the foul game with 1:39 left to go? I mean, that was definitely intentional. So we'll see what happens here with, that's why it's light out. We're in the lull. So anyway, Scott at the free throw line. That's the 5th foul on James Williams. So his run here at the Brunswick Holiday Classic ends with 88 total points in 3 games. And man, this game has gone on 2 hours almost with no end in sight. Like, let's go. All right, Scott good on the first one. 24 now for Scott. He had 25 on Friday, 19 on Saturday. And he stays on 24. 68 points on the weekend for Sincere Scott so far. Brown Jr. missed it short. Rebound by Smalls. 1:27 left to go. Morgan out deep. 15-point game. Caldwell has led this wire to wire. I don't believe Chattanooga State led. If they did, it was in the early going as Nobles is fouled from behind. Chance to put a little extra frosting on the cake in what will be the 10th victory for the Caldwell Cobras. And they will sweep the weekend. Caldwell still that lone loss to Indian River State. And that's it. That's the only blemish for this Jamison McIver team. I'm doing the Region 10 tournament again this year, and I'm really looking forward to that. This Caldwell team, that Cape Fear team, Brunswick will have a say. Salkehatchie is back with the new coach. In fact, Salkehatchie's new coach is on the Forbes 30 under 30 list. So he's a very impressive young up-and-comer. But this Caldwell team definitely making a statement here this weekend. This team is legit with a capital L. Lewis Jr. for 3, no good. Inside a minute we go. Morgan playing keep away. I want to thank the officials for not blowing the whistle because they could have a couple of times there. These guys know. Scott gets it to the cutter, Smalls. Smalls can't get it. Smalls put back swatted. So shot clock is off. Jones Hill for 3. Yes, why not? Nicholas Jones Hill goes down in defeat, but he goes down with authority. 28 points in the game, but it's 104-91. The Caldwell Cobras win their 10th game of the year. Chattanooga State falls to 9-2. And we got 2 more coming at you. Brunswick and East Georgia up 20 minutes from now from the 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. My name's Chris Sheeman. Thanks for watching, everybody.